A dark Pixar theory suggests that a different movie confirmed that one Toy Story villain died decades after the original movie. Let me know in the comments section if you can think of anyone in the Toy Story franchise that could be deceased. But before Elana steals my guitar and breaks it into splinters, I will now have to hand it over to Steve Harvey.
I said, this dream-killing heifer.
I'd like to say hello, guys and gals. I'm Nick, and welcome to Furthy's Feedback. So, the Toy Story franchise is best known for exploring the friendship between Woody and Buzz Lightyear, their relationship with Andy and Bonnie, and some heavier thematic ideas. The 4 films, or 5 if Lightyear is considered part of the series, might seem as though they are entirely disconnected from the rest of Pixar's movies. However, the popularity of the Pixar shared universe theory and the studio's penchant for including Easter eggs to its various films, with each new release creating some fun connections. There is no shortage of popular Toy Story theories based on what the 4 main films have included. While most of the references to the popular franchise in other Pixar movies are quite inconsequential, not every Easter egg should be easily overlooked. There are rare cases where the connections not only could be more important, but could confirm major details about what transpired in the Toy Story franchise off-screen. This is particularly true when it comes to one of the Easter eggs in Coco, and the implications it has on the bigger Pixar franchise if it is meant to be more than just a fun reference. Released in 2017, Coco features the usual amount of Pixar Easter eggs, and that, unsurprisingly, means a few connections to Toy Story. This includes seeing piñatas of Woody, Buzz, and other characters from the franchise. One of the other Easter eggs that audiences may have missed connects the Toy Story franchise's original villain, Sid. The kid who lives next door to Andy is synonymous for wearing a black shirt with a white skull logo on it. The exact same shirt, albeit infused with a bit of Spanish design, is featured in Coco, but the movie stopped short of confirming this as Sid.
It's all about misdirection.
Coco's Sid Easter egg comes as part of a sequence where Miguel and Hector enter a talent competition in the hopes of winning an invitation to Ernesto de la Cruz's Day of the Dead party. Before it's their turn to perform, several other people from the Land of the Dead take the stage to perform themselves. This includes a brief glimpse of a man wearing Sid's usual shirt while sporting glasses and a Skrillex-esque haircut. That is a very different appearance than the original Toy Story villain, but that does not mean the Easter egg is completely disconnected from Sid. The working theory, thanks to Coco's Easter egg, is that this is confirmation that Sid died after Toy Story. This is due to how his signature shirt appears in the movie. Instead of a living human being wearing Sid's shirts during any scene set in the real world, it's worn by a skeleton in the Land of the Dead. Coco firmly establishes that this afterlife location is the final destination for spirits after someone has died, matching the Mexican beliefs and culture that the movie is firmly rooted in. This means that anyone who is in the Land of the Dead is someone who died in the real world.
I see dead people.
Instead of the Coco Easter egg just being a quick reference to one of Pixar's biggest villains, the theory suggests that this dead spirit is actually Sid. Due to the brevity of this potential Sid cameo, there is no further information that Pixar's 2017 animated movie provides about how Sid could have died. His appearance is slightly different, which would make sense after how much time has passed since the original movie. The Toy Story movie timeline has mostly progressed in real time, so if Coco takes place in 2017, this could be a glimpse of Sid in his late 20s or early 30s depending on his time of death. Since the idea that Sid died after Toy Story is only a theory born from Coco, there are elements to it that work nicely and others that create complications. Pixar seemingly last provided a glimpse into Sid's life during Toy Story 3. The sequel showed a garbage truck driver wearing his signature shirt who works in Andy's neighborhood. The Easter egg has been taken to be a reveal about what happened to Sid after Toy Story. The Coco death theory could work with this detail, as Sid could have died after the events of the movie, whether that be on the job or through some other means. One potential issue that comes from this dark Pixar theory is why Sid is in the land of the dead afterlife after all. The Day of the Dead holiday is specifically connected to Mexican culture and families, and there is no indication that Sid is of Hispanic descent in the Toy Story movies. The best explanation is that the land of the dead shown in Coco is the actual afterlife in the Pixar shared universe and applies to all the people who have died. Otherwise, why Sid is in the Mexican afterlife would not make total sense, especially since he was not from or lived in Mexico as far as Toy Story showed. The truth of Sid's fate could be confirmed years after Coco depending on what Toy Story 5 includes. There is a chance that Pixar will use the 5th installment of the franchise to provide an update on the original villain's life. If he is dead as the Coco theory suggests, then some reflection on what happened to the franchise's original villain could come. It would be quite strange for Woody and Buzz to discuss his fate as they likely never encountered him again. However, reports that Andy returns in Toy Story 5 could come with him mentioning what happened to his former neighbour, confirming his tragic passing if that happened. I can see Sid's dad now breaking into song.
Let my son die! Let my son die!
The other possibility is that Toy Story 5 could debunk the theory and confirm Sid is still alive and well. This could happen through a line of dialogue or even seeing Sid again, this time as an adult, possibly with a kid of his own even. Learning that Sid is alive would mean that this Pixar theory Coco created is not accurate and is merely an example of fan speculation turning an Easter egg into something more. However, the tragic Toy Story theory is still plausible in the meantime.
So, back from the house of sadness, I see.
Said that he didn't die years ago, the old skinflint.